Okay. So have updated the CMP guide. It is up on our website, dsp.org/CMP. We've got some color in there. We're excited about that. That's always exciting. Um, what we're looking for our students is to be kind of in between that marginal and strong health area throughout the year. Remember, this is ongoing. The gauges are going to fluctuate up and down depending on the time of year. They may be drastic, they may be subtle, but they will fluctuate. And so if we are looking at that marginal health as kind of being a really good spot, probably what you're seeing is you're probably seeing a couple of those individual gauges that are on the lower end, and most of them being on the higher end. And that's where we can look at CMP as a tool and dig in and look at, okay, here's the surface level that we are seeing on this particular item. What are the things that could be contributing to that? So we think about something like um, attendance at a national event. All right. So the surface level is we didn't get anybody we don't have anybody from our chapter at that national event. But as we are digging deeper into what is contributing to that, are there budgetary issues? Have they not planned ahead for that? Have they not developed their dues in such a way that can provide for that? Have they not had people come back and talk about the event? Um, and so people don't understand what the event is, right? So it's digging a little bit deeper into what can contribute to those particular surface level areas that the individual indicators are measuring. And so I do see I popped a couple of questions in here. That if a chapter's guidance letter is citing accredited level, how should that be interpreted? So if I recall the letters correctly, it's citing that last year that they didn't meet the accredited level, and that we did manipulate the verbiage not to infer that there was going to be an accredited level this year. So if that is incorrect, essentially what we're looking for is for chapters to be in that marginal to strong health area, would be kind of that accredited equivalent um, throughout the year. So thank you for those questions. Appreciate that. Um, I've got we've got a couple of pieces here, just like our old CMP guide. These are snapshots towards each individual officer. I know they're hard to read. They're right in the guide. I'm just showing you that they're there. So we did break it down for each officer, what they're responsible for, when can they do the thing, and when is the thing due, and how can they do the thing. So we do have that for all the responsibilities. We do have one that we're still kind of toying with to make sure that we are doing right by the students. And so as the continued hub rollout comes through, we will update this guide with additional screenshots and information for the students so that they can have even more access and information to how to do the things. So I got a couple of questions here in the chat. Recommend soliciting questions from all VPCOs to build out an FAQ. I think there are probably same 5 or 6 flavors of questions every chapter across the country. Adam, you are absolutely right. We do have an FAQ out there. I'm not sure if Heather can pull that up and pop that in the chat. But we do have that we will put some of these recordings up there, as well as some of those FAQs as well. Another question here, will the chapter awards follow this new framework? Tracy, yes. If we're talking about the end of the year overall chapter awards, that process is still going to run at the regional, provincial, and national levels. And so any of the events that chapters do, we do believe that they are going to auto-populate. At least that's our goal, is to have them auto-populate into those applications as they always have. So we want to, that is, I think I'm answering your question appropriately. If not, let me know and I will try again. Let's see. When you say it actual numbers, does that mean current health scores aren't accurate? Carly, I'm not 100% sure. The current health scores, to the best of my knowledge, are accurate. I'm not sure what I said that made it not seem that way. Um, if you've got follow up, happy to chat a little bit further on that. But to my knowledge, that they are accurate and running um, with the pieces that are available to our students. Because let's see, are the same items still determined as a chapter health, types of events, etc.? Tracy, great question. So there is some changes, some updates to the some of the items. Some of them are being calculated a little bit differently. Many of the functions and what we ask of the students is going to be the same. They look a lot nicer, and hopefully are going to be more easily found uh, to do the things. But in terms of you want to specifically events, the scales for events have changed. It is no longer X number of events, professional events or service events. The health indicator, the CMP health evaluation, really does look at events from a quality over quantity perspective. And so not just looking at did you do an event, but what kind of event did you do and how many of your members were there? So are your members finding value in that event? Because one of the things that we hear very often is we can't get anybody to come to things. Well, a lot of times it's because our executive committees aren't talking with their members about what they would like to have as part of their extracurricular curriculum, um, and added value to their experience. And so it's going to be a little bit of a mind shift for our students to really kind of program to their members, rather than simply, did we do 6 events or 6 service events in the year? Yes. Okay. We're accredited. It's really, again, looking at that doesn't necessarily show us the health of a chapter, whereas knowing if the students are attending those events that the chapter is investing time and energy and money in, are they going to those events?
Yeah,
Great questions.
yeah, and that's actually that's a great example too, Tyler, in terms of, as we do this more, as we get more practice and really how to interpret the numbers, I think there'll definitely be more FAQs for you all and discussion scripts for you all. Just okay, how to interpret this data? What does this data mean? What could this be? Kind of showing on the underneath, which is the big goal of this, which I think is really cool. This is another example of fixing the engine while we're flying the plane, so to speak, or even this is probably building it too, but a lot of good stuff to come.
Yeah, and as you look at the CMP guide, again, using it as a tool, and thanks for that segue, Paul. There, in each one of the individual items, there is a section on there that says what could be contributing to poor health, and how can you, as a chapter or a leader, look towards improving that. What can you do to improve it? So that section is right there again, and it's digging beyond the we are not doing well in this particular item. It's trying to look at the symptoms of why we may not be doing well. Okay. Great questions.